Hi everyone, welcome again to All It Takes. My name is Desiree, and today's topic of the day is why should we heal our inner child? Why should we, as an adult, work on ourselves? Well, very important reason. If you are not a parent, so you don't mess up your kids, and if you're a parent, so you don't keep on messing up your kids. I'm not making fun of, but it's kind of it's seriously it's what it is. The reason why it's one of the main reasons why I decided to actually do this podcast, or what inspires me to do this podcast. I um I work with mental health. I'm a therapist. I work with kids under the spectrum. I've been doing this since 2017, and prior to that, I used to manage group homes. For those of you who do not know what a group home is here in the United States, because I don't know where you're watching this from. We have like a home, any house, and it's like home settings like, but it's for mentally disabled people that for any reason they cannot live longer with their family, or they don't have family to live with, to live with, or to care for them, or they just don't have. Yeah, it's like house settings like for mentally disabled people. They have their room, they have their privacy. However, there's always like 24/7 staff in there. Depending on which kind of home it is, we will provide. We did provide. I had I think I forgot the term, but I think it was called moderate two. It just basically means I had the worst of the worst. I had two inmates in there. If you have, you can want to have an idea. I had two inmates, and I recall that one of those clients in that household, I think his IQ was 38. I was dealing with that. That's my background, and that's what a home is. So these people, whoever staff is there, you will just care for them, provide whatever they need, suffice for their needs. That comes from like cooking for them, doing their laundry, or teaching them how to do them on their own. We'll work on behaviors in there also, but like you only get so much. It's just they're disabled. So through all these years of dealing with not only like mentally disabled people at some point, kids with challenges, um, and their families, but also seeing and analyzing the dynamics from an outsider point of view, and trying to just understand, just not I'm not judging, I'm just trying to understand and seeing the patterns, because when we see the patterns and things, then we can pick up, okay, so we can fix this here, we can fix this here, so this is happening, we can lower this, raise this, whatever, we can adjust. When we have a pattern, we can something to work with. And something I have noticed, and it's not secret, and I'm not obviously by no means the first one talking about this. It's all the BS that we deal as adults, or even as a teen, is because whatever we went as kids, whatever we had or did not had when we were kids. So you working on your inner child, working on your father and mother wounds, you're working on yourself. You're trying to not only better yourself, better who you are, try to find and embrace the higher version of yourself. It's also you're healing humanity. Bear with me for a second. It's not. You can say, "Oh, it's crazy." It's not that crazy. Yes, selfishly we do this for ourselves because we're struggling for something. We're not happy. We're not fulfilled. There's just a void of something that we don't have a name for, and we don't know how to fulfill it. Or we try to fulfill it with other stuff, and it's just the void just still a void, or even bigger. It gets to a breaking point, and that's what probably you're here. You're trying to find what the heck. So when you start to do this inner work, healing your inner child, your whole perspective of life changes. And when that structure changes, it changes how you flow within your life. And what that translates to is you start relating to people differently. Because you start relating to life differently. Because you start understanding and seeing life differently. Sometimes when we go through stuff, when we're children, whether we had a lack of mom, lack of dad, whatever it was, we all have them. We all have them. I want you to know that. And I don't want you to feel special. I don't want you to feel bad either. I want you to feel, if anything, integrated to like a community, like you're not alone. I know that's a common feeling lately, I want to say, sadly, in, I'm gonna speak where I'm from, in the United States. I think there's a big chunk of the population that quietly or subliminally they do feel lonely or alone. And this is when the work comes, the detachment. A lot of us are detached or were detached. To come back to self, we have to work on ourselves, inner child. It's extremely important. That's why I speak about all these things. That's why I come here and record when I come into to recording to a studio and record. That's why I talk to you guys like if you were like my sister, my brother. I don't care if you're older than me. You can be my dad, my grandpa, my mom, my grandma. I don't care, my great granny or daddy. You can be my son, my cousin, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're all one. I'm talking to you from my heart. I'm talking to you from what I have seen and what I have witnessed, not just my perspective. That's why I embrace so much the father. Because through all these years that I work with kids, I have met maybe three dads. If so, that is sad and depressing. Not for me. Screw me. I'm just an outsider. For all those kids that were lacking a father figure in their life. Because I see the pattern. Child suffers, mother suffers, and the dad suffers. Everybody suffers. So when we have these things that are being created purposely or not in this society out of lack of knowledge or for whatever the heck reason, because we're not gonna get into the intertwine of what caused it or whatever. We're already here. We're already here. And my point is I will hear all your troubles once. Let's go find solution. Because everything has solution. And once again, I will not get tired and my tone will fall off and I will continue to say, you are worth it. You are worth it. Do the work. Do the work for you selfishly, for your kids. And I know it sounds great for the parents. Oh, for my kids first. BS. And you know what I'm going to call BS, even though I'm not a mom yet? For one principle that I abide by. And it's just a basic one. And I think anybody lives like this. It's just, you cannot provide with that what you don't have. You just can't. So it's not out of selfishness that you're doing this. It's out of responsibility. And I want you to get that fucking clear. Because when people say, oh, the I, it's not about egotistical stuff. No. It's about me freaking being responsible, held accountable for whatever the heck is going on and saying, stop to whatever, and I'm going to do some stuff about it. Like, I'm not going to just wave around and excuse myself and what. No, like, that's it. I'm going to freaking halt whatever the frick I'm going to have to fucking halt. And I'm going to take some freaking action, whatever that is. And I'm going to take the freaking wheel off my freaking life. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. That's not selfishly. That is being a responsible adult. That's like, I know the family I come from, but now I know in both places the family that I want to make, that want to comes through me. Completely different. So yes, do you see how imperative it is for you to do the inner work? Work on your inner child. And I know on this, how do we call it now? 3D world, materialistic, matrix, whatever. This nowadays terms are being used. Yes, we can get so easily lost on the crank of the daily routine of the, go do this work. Don't forget yourself in the sauce. You're too in automatic, doing everything. Hold space for yourself. Do the work. You are worth it. You are absolutely worth it. For those of you out there that have done the work, that have been doing the work, please do share in the comments. Briefly, you don't have to expose your whole life if you don't want to. I absolutely understand that, but please do share what you have heard other people and what you have witnessed or experienced yourself. So people, I think the more that we share our experiences from a legitimate, like, from a hearty place, good place, the more people will be able to understand and connect. So if you, because we all are in an individual journey. We don't know. I don't know. I'm talking to many people. I don't know. Many of you are gonna listen to this stuff from all kinds of backgrounds, and we all are in different freaking journeys. But it is our journey, and understanding that it's just coming back to oneself. We understand that we are one family, regardless of labels. If you know what I mean, I'm not gonna entertain this distraction BS games distraction. You're worth it. The more that you work on yourself, the better your life becomes. The better the family you create around you. The better environment you create within you. The better frequency you're in tune at all times. The chemistry on your body at all times. It's all positive. Remember, let's just go back to the basic. We are frequency. This antenna, you do get to choose in which frequency you want to be in tune with. Which one aligns truly with you? There's nothing selfish about that. That's being a responsible human being. I have to discover who I am, what I'm here to do, what is my gift, what I'm here to share. Because we are all here to share to somebody. Yes, I'm here. I've been taught for so many people. I have learned, and I will continue to learn from so many people, from all different backgrounds and from all ages. I work with kids. I work with like little kids. And through all these years, I have learned so much from those babies. Like, if you think you know it all, and if you think you can learn from a child or from somebody younger or a different background than you, I cannot express how ignorant you are. And not only ignorant, how much you yourself are inhibiting from so much richness within. If you think you know it all, you're holding no space to learn anything new. That's stupid. I'm always gonna say that I don't know. Because so even if I know, I want to hear what you have to say. Because maybe I'll learn something new. And what's bad about that? I absolutely love sharing knowledge. This is why I do this podcast. Because all this knowledge that I'm giving out is for your well-being. Use it as stimulation. Like I said before, a fire in your ass to action. Because you're worth it. I won't get tired of saying that. The repercussions that come with when you embrace yourself in your healing journey are wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. And I, for one, I will say I love, I love living with the consequences of being a responsible human being. And those for you who are know exactly what the heck I'm talking about. Because when you live as a responsible human being, not only on your work environment, but like on yourself, like as a whole, you become kind of like unfuckable with. And I'm not in my maximum yet, but I will get there. But you become free. You become free. And it's beautiful to see every single one of us in our unique beauty on freedom. So yes, work on your inner child. Free yourself from mental slavery. A line from my favorite artist. I'll see you in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next episode. To the next one, guys.